Hey Womplays, it's a big premiere day today. We have the first shooter coming to the platform, and it's Mech Arena. This competitive title is a delightful combo of the robot fights and modern-day team-based shooter classics like Overwatch or Valorant. But you don't have to be an esports legend to play it and have fun. In this video, we'll walk you through the starter robot lineup, cover the main modes, and tell more about what you really don't want to miss on your way to the top. Let's go! Mech Arena welcomes you with a pep talk of sorts that you're not a beginner anymore, that you're about to start building your way to the big leagues, rubbing elbows with the big guns, quite literally. Now, you will start with this guy here, Paragon. It's an attack bot, so it's more damage oriented rather than holding the defense lines or moving around the map a lot. It's just designed to deal some serious damage. Let's put it like that. It's not a particularly interesting class in a sense that it's a generalist. It doesn't have any particular advantages over specialized bots, but it's not bad to have in your lineup. So some of the things that you really want to pay attention to are these stats on the right side. First of all, their energy consumption and the power rating. The power rating, I think, is pretty straightforward. It's essentially how much damage your bot can deal, boiled down to one particular measure. The energy consumption is what matters the most when you come up with different lineups of weapons for your mech. Each mech has 2 weapon slots, right arm, left arm, essentially. Each weapon also has a certain energy limit. So for example, I have now this plasma cannon that consumes 4 energy units, so half of what a Paragon starter bot has. I'm free to choose any other cannons in my roster. Since I have played for a little bit, I've gathered quite a lot of those already. Typically, the weapons with the lower energy consumption, they're also not as powerful, even on higher levels than the rest. As you can see, the thermal lance that I have on level 4 is still far less powerful than the plasma cannon on level 1 that I currently have equipped. Now keep in mind that you are not limited to having to choose different weapons necessarily or the same ones. I prefer to have different styles of weapons, so to say. So for example, this is a plasma cannon. It does this kind of pulse bursts of plasma, while the RPG shoots rockets. And since Paragon is an attack bot, it makes sense for it, because those are very kind of heavy packing guns. What you also want to consider when you are choosing the weapons for your bot is particularly the reload speed. There are other bots that you will get as you gain more experience. So I think the second one that you have is a Lancer. It's a scout. So what you want to do at the beginning of every match is to send it out to the fronts so that it shows the enemies on the map way faster, and then pull it back and basically do kill assists or kind of support roles. As a mobile small bot, Lancers have a lower energy consumption limit, but they compensate it with jumping jets and with super high mobility. So for example, if you are having a match on the map with terrain that allows you to take some high ground, then a Lancer is a perfect choice, because you can use the jump jet and then just shoot everyone with a long arm or with an RPG. So these are the things that you want to look at when choosing the bot. There are obviously many more of those, but where can you get those bots? Now, as with many things, this game does pretty well when it comes to rewarding you for your progress. A lot of the things in here are bound to your experience, such as the bots that you can unlock. For example, this little guy, super mobile, can ram enemy bots and deal a lot of damage. And if you have that on your enemy side, be prepared for some nasty action, because those are pretty dangerous, I would say. Then you have the MD. This is the first true support bot that can do healing. But you can see that you gotta work a lot for those. So in order to unlock new bots, you obviously would have to play the game a lot, take part in tournaments, and explore all sorts of special events and rewards that you might have. There are daily and weekly, this derby event, and all of those give you experience, which is, well, if your goal is to kind of have as many bots as possible, then you will have to grind for XP. You can also see the entire lineup through the achievements, and there are in total 14 of those. Apart from the main kind of XP progress, there is another scale that you would have to pay attention to, so to say, is the division. You first start as a rookie over here and then move up. Every next step in the divisions grants you a little bit bigger rewards. If you're good, if you're moving up, then you're obviously going to get more. And the victory points and combat points, they count towards the crates that you can open to get new rewards, upgrades for your guns, upgrades for your bots, and the tournament tickets, the currencies, this main one that you use for upgrades, and this a rarer one that you use to unlock new bots. Let's see what's the action all about. Where's all the main thing happening? I'm talking about the battles. Now, there are 3 modes available to you. There's the control point clash, where you compete with the other team for taking over as many special points on the map as possible. There's usually 3 or 5 of those. And the deathmatch, where you are trying to eliminate the opposing team. 5 versus 5 is a classic deathmatch that is team-based. 2 versus 2 is a more dynamic, but it's fun if you're looking for a super fast action. Now let's see how the battles look with mech. Oh, nice. I never fought on this map. Okay. This is what I really like about this game, because it offers you a great variety of environs. I mostly had battles on the shipyard with tons of containers and whatnot. Or the desert. But this one, this is the first time I'm seeing it, and I have to say I love it. The controls feel, especially at first, they feel a little bit wonky, but there is this fact that I've never played around this map before. And also that's a tank. It's not supposed to be super mobile. It's just a giant damage sponge. The game does have a little bit of an aim assist, but I would not necessarily say that it's substantial enough for you to need, because of the comrade achievement that we got and the amount of kills and assists. We ended up in the top 3 overall for the entire match. And this is where you get what you'd really want to get. Some golden medals for damage or captures or kills or action time, special awards. So all of these things matter because they come towards your rating and they come towards your end rewards. Now, see? Not too bad. So we got all of these experience, the victory points. This is what it looks like. As a result of this fight, we got a lot of rewards. See, all of that completed. Some weeklies also completed. which resulted in a lot of XP for me, a lot of credits, even some A coins, and of course upgrades for my mechs and for the particular weapons that they have. So for example, I can now upgrade my plasma cannon. And see, that scored me some even more rewards. Go there, go to the daily ones, and just like that, I got them. Now you also probably noticed that I started with about 1700 XP. This is basically just a result of one match, plus 700 experience, claiming all of the rewards, plus trying to assist my teammates to get special awards. All of that paid off, obviously, as you can see. You will also need those blueprint cards to upgrade your bots, always. But if you do not have enough of those, you can always use A-coins to cover up for that. This might be particularly tempting if you have only just got a new bot like a Panther or that special one, Arachnos, that's part of the Derby event only, and you just want to pump them with as much juice as possible right off the bat so that you can dominate the battlefield. And there we are. Keep in mind that the blueprints for mechs and the blueprints for weapons are different things. This was a regular battle. There are also tournaments. Unfortunately, I did not manage to join this new one, but this is essentially, will always be one type of a battle where you move within your bracket, like novice, a pro, or a veteran, and so on and so forth. Your goal is basically to move up to the leaderboard to get better rewards. It may not necessarily be the thing that brings diversity into the game, but it does help you get a lot of good players on the friend list. Because usually the matchmaking mechanism doesn't only work as, picking up the partners for the match in teams, but it also suggests you become friends with some of the best players in your team. And I think this is a great tool for building up your kind of dream squad that you can absolutely destroy everything and everyone in the game with. Now, some of the final things that I'd like to point out for you to concentrate on to get the best experience in the game. You obviously saw that it's very important to check out the tournaments, check out your rewards, and not to miss out on that. Because in the end, this is what advances you, this is what moves you up in the leaderboard. It just generally allows you to unlock more of the things in the game, experience more of the game. So don't sleep on those. I'll obviously keep your role in mind always. Sometimes it's pretty easy to do, like you wouldn't be able to try to heal everyone or do a support as Paragon or as a tank. But you have to utilize this. For example, if you're playing as a tank, don't try to run off in the beginning of the control clash, for example, to claim control points. You're just not quick enough. Follow the rest, stay around the control points or somewhere in between them to keep the other team away from them and provide damage support. Or, distract the enemies and get all the damage coming towards you rather than your weaker teammates. Or if you are playing a support bot, or the MD, don't wander off. This is not going to do you any good. Because first of all, your job is to heal others. That's pretty clear, I think. But there's also that element of the stats. You as a support bot, you will not be as efficient as a combat unit simply because you don't have a lot of health. So yes, read the overall situation, look at the bigger picture, and unlike me here, try not to die. As I mentioned, you can win the control clash by eliminating all the enemies. So it doesn't matter which mode you're in, which kind of battle you're playing, death is highly unfavorable in any arrangement. And of course, use the terrain. It's not just a decoration, use it, especially if you're a mobile bot, jumping around or running around, hiding when needed for reload, and all of these things, they are here to help you. They are here to give you a tactical edge if you feel like you alone with your sheer power may not necessarily pull this off. So don't be afraid to use all of these things. It's not a sign of cowardice, it's a sign of your tactical agility. To wrap it up, I would just like to repeat that you shouldn't be afraid to experiment. Try out new bots, try out weapon combos, try out new teams. Maybe your dynamic is just not in the right place, and the fact that you lost does not necessarily mean that you, yourself, specifically are bad at this game. These things happen as well. Don't let it get you down. And if you follow these small pieces of advice, this will already be enough to take you right to Division 1. And that was our rundown of Mech Arena. Hope you enjoy this game. Join our Womplay Gamers Discord server and be on the lookout for more guides and Let's Plays. And check back on Womplay for more games. Would you like to see more of this stuff like Mech Arena on our platform? Write in the comments below. And stay playing and slaying!